Hey, did you miss us out at the State Fair? Well, you can shop all of our 2025 fair designs, including that Wheel of Topics t-shirt in the KFAN Pro Shop today. And be on the lookout for a few brand new variations as well. Secure your new KFAN swag today at KFAN.com/store.
Rock rank. Couple 13-14 past. I'm Comedies tend to be fast-paced, action-packed, and controversial. That's our first, last, and middle initial. Wish I would have come up with the initials game. Millions of dollars, don't you? That's some kind of money I'd like to have. I like money. Wow. Congratulations to RCC. Not the Viking CC, but RCC, Corey Cove.
We're really happy for you.
Yeah, we're just thrilled. Great. Hey, time now for 5, 3, 4.
Time now for...
I just said that.
5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1.
It's now time to take an in-depth look at the welfare of the Wolves.
Timberwolves television analyst Jim Peterson joined the 2 words Wolves Pod.
Wolves Pod. With forest of trees in the background.
And he had this to say about Wolves first-round pick, Joan Beranger.
Beranger.
And I'm telling you, Grady and I went to a workout earlier in the week, and we got to see Johan Beranger. This dude, I think he's ready to play. I don't think he's going to be a project. I think he's ready to play. You saw what he did in Summer League, and the practice I was watching. This dude caught everything and finished everything. Strong finishes, cleared his body, got great balance. His switchability defensively is just so tremendous. His instincts, I think he's going to be able to defend without fouling, which is such a key thing for young players. He really understands his role and what he can do. You know, I was talking to Del Demps about this. Johan hasn't been tainted by playing AU basketball as a young player. Because he's picked up basketball so late, the basketball that he's played and who he's played with and where he's played, he's got high-level coaching since he's been playing. He's been taught the right way to play. So I'm just super excited about Johan.
Common, your thoughts, and do you feel vindicated?
Well, yeah, I guess I do. When they selected him, my immediate reaction after talking to some people and reading some things, and I did not talk to Pete, but I thought, well, there's no reason why this guy can't play right away and be a forward. Now, I know there were others that pushed back at me, including Mark Rosen, said he would spend a lot of G League time, and I said, why? Especially when it comes to basketball, like in football, I think I used this comparison when we first talked about it. When you're playing only 17 games in a season, if you put a rookie in, like a Dallas Turner, let's say, one blown play by being young and not understanding the game or being quite ready can cost you a game. If you put this...
It could cost you a season.
It could cost you a season.
Yeah.
Beranger, if you start him the first game and he blows a couple of plays early, misses a defensive assignment and then misses an easy bunny, well, then you pull him out of the game. He might have cost you 2 buckets. That's one, and that's probably not going to cost you a game either. You can play this guy and let him get better at the game and watch under Gobert. Playing G League, I guess, is fine, but you're playing against other G Leaguers. So what are you really doing? Are you really playing against elite players? To be the best, you can use this to be the next time the Tenda Fitzgerald set sails. To be the best, you need to play the best. Yeah. And so I think he should play right away, and it sounds like Jim Peterson thinks the same. Now, whether the Wolves do that or not remains to be seen, but my guess is he'll be on the opening day 15-man roster.
Question number 2.
It's time now to consider the course.
The 45th Ryder Cup begins tomorrow at Bethpage Black. The Americans are the favorites to win at -150, while Europe is +150. Common, what is your Ryder Cup prediction?
Well, first of all, I know the warning sign that they post on the first tee at Bethpage Black says, the black course is an extremely difficult course, which we recommend only for highly skilled golfers. That would leave you out 10. No, wait, you've had an experience that's not unlike that of a PGA Tour player. You would be welcome there as a highly skilled player. It's not for the faint of heart. I have to be, I know I'm the official, unofficial ambassador of Minnesota golf, and this is probably sacrilegious, but I'm just not a huge Ryder Cup guy. It's cool. It's all right. USA, USA, and all the chanting and it's United States against patriotism against Europe. It's just golf. It's not like WW1, WW2, or anything close to it. So I've always liked the individual nature of golf. I love the four majors, so I'm not paying as close attention to Ryder Cup as I once did. And it's during the middle of the football. It's hard for me to watch that when NFL is being played, but I'll probably duck into some of it because, Vikings play early, right? They'll be done. Yeah. The players are probably just not even teeing off yet. I don't know what the schedule is for Sunday. What time they start, what time they'll end. I could do what Rosen did, where he said he believed the Gophers would beat Cal because they'd beaten USC and UCL in California the year before. So he thought they'd beat a California team a third time. So I could say, because the United States usually wins on U.S. soil, I'll pick the United States. Just because it's happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen this time. I'll be the homer and I'll take the United States. But I really do you?
Apparently, I'm going to be unpatriotic. I think Europe's going to win this one.
Okay,
and I get there's been a home course advantage in the Ryder Cup over the years.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bethpage Black, they're going to alter the course in a way that's going to favor their players. Mm-hmm. Typically, I feel like the Americans have better players. I don't think that's the case this year. I think Europe has a better lineup.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go with talent. I'm just going to go with the players. I think Europe's going to win.
And I tend to agree with you. But me being afraid to go against the United States, I said, I wouldn't know. But I do think they have a better lineup, top to bottom. But it is golf. But I'll catch some of it. But if anything, we've seen some Ryder Cups where it's pretty much over before they even get to the singles matches.
That's what happened last time. Yeah.
So if I'm going to spend any time, I'd certainly hope for a close one.
Question number 3.
That's interesting.
I'm going to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
It's time now for the controversial question of the day.
All right, Common. If you were randomly dropped into a pro sporting event with your entire country's hopes and dreams on the line, would you most want to attempt A, a free throw, B, a penalty kick, C, a 25-yard field goal, or D, a 6-foot putt?
How about a pole vault? Could you put that in there? What was the first one?
A free throw.
I'm terrible at basketball. I'm out.
A penalty kick.
I'm out.
A 25-yard field goal.
I got arthritis in my big toe in my right foot, so anytime I hit or try to kick field goals with the boys, it's excruciating pain. I'm out.
So you're going right to the 6-foot putt.
6-foot putt. Well, because, I play golf and I putt better than 60, 70% of the players on tour. So I would definitely take the 6-foot putt, regardless if it's uphill, downhill, left to right, right to left. I would choose the putt. How about you? You do the figgy.
Well, so
right?
the 25-yard field goal, if I'm kicking it with an actual offensive line blocking and I'm rushing, because I'm not going to be able to get the height on it that you need to probably get over the line of scrimmage. So if you did it just without that, I think I could hit 25-yard field goals all day long.
Yeah.
In terms of the highest percentage. But if there's an actual line there, then I'm a little more concerned about it getting blocked. I feel like a penalty kick is the easiest.
You would think, because
a 6-foot putt, it depends. To your point, is it a straight putt? Is it a bending, curving putt?
Yeah.
I think a free throw, I'm probably 50 to 60% I can hit it. Before
I had arthritis in my feet, we would kick field goals down at the park all the time. And I couldn't kick long ones, but it's like you say, without anybody rushing, without having to time the snap and the hold, just kicking 25 yards through an upright, it's not that difficult to do. You could do it all day long, but I'm definitely doing the 6-foot putt.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Legendary one waiting in the wings. He'll join us at 1:30, as will my firstborn Deuce, for a little spread swing More controversial Vikings news, however, on the other side of the break. This is the Common Man program on the Fan.
Actor and comedy legend Adam Sandler is coming to Grand Casino Arena October 22nd. From Happy Gilmore to Billy Madison.
Oh, man.
He's bringing the laughs live.
They'll be live, too.
Want to win your way in? Check out KFAN.com, keyword contest
so
for your shot at tickets. That's KFAN.com, keyword calendar to enter today.
Are you familiar with the name Cal Raleigh?
Yes.
He's a catcher for the Seattle Mariners.
Yes.
It is 59th and 60th homers of the season last night.
Is that good?
It's really good. He has 128 RBI, as you like to say. Do you think he would fit in the Twins, or would he be sort of like Ohtani?
I mean, we got, Jeffers, who's a solid hitter, and Vasquez, who's a pitch framer. So I really don't know. I guess maybe a DH, but probably Royce Lewis might play there or something. I just don't know if he'd be a good fit here.
He, first player since Aaron Judge to hit 60 homers in a season. First catcher to do it. And I like CBS Sports story where they say only the fourth player in history. They only count Aaron Judge, who had 62 in 2022. Roger Maris, who had 61 in 1961. Cal Raleigh, who has 60 and counting here in 2025. And Babe Ruth, who had 60 in 1927. Three others did reach that. That would be Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa. As a matter of fact, I think McGwire and Sosa both did it twice. I know Sosa did. I don't know if it was McGwire or Bonds. Did it twice. But because of the steroid controversy, the steroid era, some record books include their names. Others do not. If you'll remember, Bonds never admitted to using steroids, though evidence from court documents, investigative reporting, and grand jury testimony indicates he did use steroids and performance-enhancing drugs, though he has denied knowingly using them. McGwire, if you'll remember, tended to be in a statement issued in January, I think it was something like January 2010. He publicly admitted that he had used performance-enhancing drugs during his baseball career. And while it's widely accepted that Sammy Sosa used steroids, though he denied it for years and never formally confessed, though evidence includes a failed drug test from 2003 and a public apology for mistakes during his playing career. So he apologizes for mistakes. So I guess Sammy sort of kind of said so without saying so. McGwire admitted it. Bonds has never done that. But 60 home runs in
Sosa also got caught corking his bat.
Yeah, that's
Remember
true.
that one?
Yes. I vaguely remember. So this one says the home run list is for the American League only. Well, the other three, I guess, were National League players, but those don't count. I don't count them. Everybody is able to make their own judgment on that. How do you, I don't even remember what your take is. I know we're going over some old ground here, but did you feel the steroid, does the steroids eliminate those players from all-time home run lists, season, 60 home run seasons, that kind
There's an asterisk, yeah.
Yeah.
I would do the asterisk.
Yeah, asterisk is probably
obviously you are well aware, but the McGwire-Sosa home run chase, was that 98, 99? Because I remember, it was kind of a where were you moment. I remember where I was watching. I was in college at the University of St. Thomas in my dorm watching. And then that whole entire season was as magical of a baseball season as you could have, right? Every single day you're tuning into Major League Baseball, which
yes, correct.
doesn't really exist anymore. And to find out later that those home runs were tainted was pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
But it's not fair to all the ones before him and I get it. They might have all been cheating. They might have all been saying you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, and we just never proved it. But they got caught. And
I'm getting a couple of other text people saying American League record. Well, but the only other three I know of are National Leaguers. Sosa played for the Cubs, right?
Yep.
Bonds played for San Francisco, and McGuire played for the Cardinals, so they are National Leaguers. But I don't count those. So yeah, you're right. If you're counting those, there are 4 American Leaguers and 3 National Leaguers. But I asterisk those, as Tennessee just said. So, yeah, but it's and
but it's too bad because this Raleigh thing should be like a massively huge deal, and his isn't getting the attention it deserves because of the previous cheaters. Probably
right, and maybe just because it was just done so recently with Judge doing it back in 2022, you know, and so yeah, that would be the biggest difference there. Again, people want to do this. Put an asterisk next to Maris and Ruth for their use of amphetamines while you're at it. No, sorry. Amphetamines don't give you any extra power. They just don't. They may make you buzz, but to me, I think those players were fooling themselves. It was detrimental to their games. It didn't help their games. No one wants to be a speed freak playing sports. That's not a good idea. So I will argue that.
Do we know where they were taking that, by the way? Like, has that been proven?
Everybody says they did. You know, I don't know if they've ever admitted to it. And I don't know how many players were. That's different than steroids. It just is. You know, in my mind. And again, you know, I'm not the final say, but you know, if you want to come with amphetamines, I say sorry. I don't agree. I don't think that's his. I mean, performance-enhancing drugs, they don't call amphetamines performance-enhancing drugs. Steroids are performance, makes you stronger. Also makes your head get bigger, as we've seen, too. So,
I mean, Bonds looked like a different person.
Yeah, he did.
Early in his career with Pittsburgh to later in his career with the Giants.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
His neck grew double in size.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. So there are people that will defend the steroid guys, and I think it's probably because they lived through what you were talking about, how exciting it was to watch that home run race, and they don't want that taken away from them. They still believe in fairy tales. You know, you believe in Cinderella, and you believe in Cinderella, and you believe in Rumpelstiltskin, and you believe huffing and puffing and blowing the house down with the 3 wheels. So you want to believe that, man, what a battle. McGuire, Sosa, and Bonds, and they were cheating. They were cheating. They're cheating the system. They did. It's a fact. Everybody knows it. So
I kind of have that same thing with Kirby Puckett, right? Like Kirby Puckett was my childhood athletic idol. And my favorite player of all time, obviously, the last time they won a world championship in this town. And then my wife likes to remind me of the off-the-field stuff he did, right? And it's kind of hard as someone who you idolize and pedestalize to, you know, you try to, right? You tell yourself to separate those two when you probably really shouldn't separate those two.
Yes, it can be difficult. So, but getting back to the original question, I just don't know if there would be a spot for him on our roster here in Minnesota. I mean, just a catcher that can hit 60 home runs and drive in 128. I don't think we need that here.
No,
I don't know. Certainly wouldn't need his contract, which I don't know what he's making now, but he's going to make a whole heck of a lot more the next time he does one. Let's go ahead and we'll break.
Is Shohei Ohtani, by the way, moving forward, going to make more money than our entire team?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's it. The legendary one, Mark Rosen, joins us, as does Deuce, my firstborn. Other side of the break, the ever popular and controversial spread swing. That's next here on The Fan.
Hey, Rubes, this football season, Bell Bank is giving one KFAN listener each week $1,000 to pay it forward to a charity of their choice. Just head over to KFAN.com, keyword contest to learn more and enter today. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest.
Little ditty means it can be time for one thing and one thing only. It's a Thursday afternoon, just past 1:30, which means it's time for
Spread swing.
Indeed. I'm Common. He's Tennessee, joined by the legendary Mark Rosen here in studio and via the telephone. Hold on. I should have been, there's the mouse. It's my firstborn. It's none other than Deuce. Deuce, what's up, me boy?
A little this, a little that. Emphasis on the last.
Yeah.
Works coming along smoothly, and then I'll be off to Shakopee West Middle School, where their high school soccer team plays, for a South Suburban Conference smackdown. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, well, matter of fact, it's doubleheader action. We'll be doing both boys and girls soccer. And did you say the boys game features 9-0 against an undefeated? The other team's undefeated in the conference.
Well, so the girls game, Shakopee is 9-0 at home, and Lakeville North is 5-0 in conference play. So if you look at those particular segments of the record, somebody's O has got to go.
Somebody's O has got to go.
So it should be fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Okay, so you're taking your little break there at work. The legendary one is here as well.
Good afternoon.
Tennessee, should we take a look at results?
Do you want to?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if all of us do.
I have no problem with it.
Let's go from... let's look at last week's standings first. Going into the week, I was in the lead with 16 points. Rosen in second with 7.5 points. Common in third with 5.5 points. And Deuce was in last with minus 13.
Minus 13, the Medusa line.
We'll begin with me since I was in the lead. 2 more wins. I got to knock on wood here. I've yet to lose a game.
Wow.
I've been on the positive side of all 6 matchups so far this year. I had Washington minus 3 against the Las Vegas Raiders. They won by 17, 41-24. So I gained 14 points there. I also lucked out. Deuce thought it was really funny to text me, Philadelphia's getting destroyed. And then they come back and win by 7 points when they were favored by 3.5. They got a little lucky there with the block kick at the end. But that kick return for a touchdown put me in the positive on that one as well. So I got 3.5 points there.
Deuce, you didn't tell me that you taunted him with a text message. What are you thinking about? Until the game's over,
It's the NFL.
Don't do taunting.
It wasn't even taunting. I was genuinely asking. I couldn't remember if it was Tenna or Rosie here. So first, Tenna's going to screw me on the scoring. Now he's pushing false rhetoric over the airwaves.
Yeah,
this is malarkey.
I may have stretched the truth a little bit on that one. Rosen, you're in second place.
Wait, what do you have now then? So what do you have, Tenna?
I am now at 33.5 points.
Wow.
Rosen, tale of 2 games for you. You took the other side of Common in the Baltimore-Detroit game.
Hey, at least they got that touchdown late.
Remember what he said? He goes, this is something about this is so easy.
I think he called it loser-proof.
Yeah.
Loser, what he called it.
Yeah.
He had Baltimore minus 5. They lost by 8 to the Lions, so he lost 13. But he did have the biggest win of the day, the one you sniped me on, Rosie.
Yep, I know.
You had Seattle minus 7 against the Saints. They won by 31, so you gained 24 points. So on the week, you're up 11, so you're up to 18.5 points. You are in second place. Common stays in third place. Common, you had a nice hit with that Detroit game on Monday night. You gained 13 there. But you had the Packers minus 7. They were up 10-0 in this game.
What are you guys laughing about?
They were up 10-0, and they blow it to the Browns, Cleveland, and it was delicious. Cleveland wins by 3, so you lost 10 points. Overall, you gained 3 on the week. You're in third at 8.5 points, and then we have Deuce. Deuce had Buffalo minus 11 on Thursday Night Football. They did win. They won by 10, but you did technically. Yeah. Deuce only losing a point is like a moral victory for him because they won 31-21 in that game, and then Deuce had Dallas minus 1 at Chicago. They lost by 17, 31-14. So you lost 18 points there. So Deuce, you are now at minus 32. You're in last. Common, you're in third place at 8.5. Rosen's in second place at 18.5. I am at first place in 33.5. So we'll have the same order as last week.
And now, and I mentioned this on the air earlier in the week, and Deuce, I think I told you about it. I offered Deuce, do you want to stop participating in spread swing because because he's not very good at it, and I said he's bringing shame and embarrassment onto the Cole family name. And
much like Coles we don't quit, we get fired. We don't resign, we get relegated. Yeah. So I ain't going anywhere.
So he ain't going anywhere. So he decided he's going to stick it out. So we're ready to.
Somebody out there over the last 2 years had to have made the decision. I'm going to bet against Deuce on every sporting event, and they might be a millionaire by now. They might be filthy rich.
They'd have a beachfront mansion.
Spread swing.
Okay, still can't hear the music. I assume it's about done. Good to go.
Now it's done. Now you can go.
Perfect. All right. Well, I took a 1-point favorite on the road last week, and it didn't really work well for me. But I guess I haven't learned my lesson because I'm going to do the exact same thing today. The Washington Commanders are traveling to Atlanta, and I know that last week the 1-point favorite, but let me tell you something. Dallas is not nearly as good as Washington, and Chicago is a lot better than Atlanta. The Falcons were completely inept last week against the Panthers. They got beat 30 to meat sauce by the lowly Panthers. And I don't see them getting much better from that. Penix was benched for Kirko Chains, so they turned over the reins mid-game. I think Atlanta is a disaster. And I know Washington doesn't have Jane Daniels.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe to play.
I think he's going to play.
We'll see.
Oh.
Is he going to play?
That's what I heard. So I think he's on target, too. I don't think they've ruled him out. So hopefully he'll play.
Well, if he ends up playing, then 1 point is a bargain. I think Washington is going to destroy Atlanta in the Peach State. I'll go with the Washington Commanders -1.
Spread swing.
I don't know why he's in last place.
That's not a bad pick.
This is almost unfair. This is that
It is.
week-to-week overreaction stuff, okay? So the Lions, was it 38 they put on Baltimore, and they put 52 the week before. So now it's like, well, they're going to score hundreds of points every game. So they're taking on a Cleveland team who was very gritty last week and going into the week. If you looked at all these power rankings, Green Bay was the best team in pro football. And so Cleveland digs down deep, finds a way to come back and beat Green Bay. But now they're still 10-point underdogs to the Kitties. To take the Kitties, I have to give 10 points. Right. But much like my namesake from the Bible, dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, and dare to make it known. I will take the Motor City Kitties and give the 10 points.
It's a lot of points against one of the best defenses in football.
You are correct.
Spread swing.
Well, why wait till Sunday when you can have some fun tonight?
Ooh.
Old Sam Darnold is lighting it up. And he's not old.
You like him.
Remember, he's 28 years old. We're talking about Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is 32. Sam Darnold is 28, and he's found his rhythm. And he's obviously lifted that Seattle offense, but they also have a very good defense. Arizona has won a couple games. They haven't beaten anybody. And I know they're at home. I just like to see chickens, as they say. Like Darnold, the way he's playing, and I like their defense. They're only 2-point favorites, so I will go with the Seahawks tonight, Thursday night football. Seattle over Arizona.
Above average.
Riding them again.
Seattle is a tough guy town.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, Mike.
Spread swing.
Sunday night football, the Dallas Cowboys host the Green Bay Packers, and Green Bay is favored by they are -6.5 in this game.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Go, Pack, go!
What?
I am going with the Green Bay Packers in this one, and Green Bay is going to go from playing one of the toughest defenses in the NFL in Cleveland to one of the worst defenses in football in the Dallas Cowboys. They're the only defense in the league that made Russell Wilson look like a competent quarterback so far this season. I also think you're going to have anger, bounce back game. They're going to have the attention. LaFleur's going to have the attention of his players now after their loss last week. And for Dallas offensively, I'm not sure CD Lamb's going to go in this one. And if they don't have Lamb, I think they're going to struggle offensively. So on top of that, you also have Micah Parsons' spite game. Micah Parsons is going to be up and energized for this one. It's a big point spread. I usually don't like to take teams -6.5 on the road, but I think the Packers are going to win by 17 plus. So I will take the Pack. The Pack is back this week against Dallas.
Spread swing.
Well, it's back to me, and I thought I was about to get sniped by the legendary one. Now, maybe me taking a look at this game, I'm sure you guys know where I'm going. Maybe me taking the opposite side of this game just affirms Rosie's prediction. But I think the Cardinals are going to win this game. I know that the Cardinals really haven't beaten anyone.
No.
But the Seahawks, I mean, they fell apart to San Fran. They beat the Steelers, but they got kind of that fluky touchdown to give them that to give them a lead. And they lit up the Saints, but I think just about anyone can light up the Saints. Mm-hmm. They're a terrible team in a terrible city with terrible fans. With these interdivision collisions, it's tough to pass up a home team, especially when you get 2 points. So I'm not waiting until Sunday either for my second game. We're going tonight.
All right.
I'm going toe-to-toe with the legendary one. I will take the Arizona Cardinals tonight.
No, I really feel good about my picks.
Can you go back and double down that one, Rosie?
Yeah, I think I'll take that.
Turning my mic will help. I tend to agree with Tenneby when he says, giving a lot of points, really road or home. It can be, generally in the NFL, games are one score games. Generally decide most of them, but I know Denver lost to the Chargers last week. That's correct, isn't it? I like the Broncos defense. Yeah. Cincinnati is. I mean, if the Vikings can roll up now I know a couple of defensive touchdowns and those can be misleading. As far as points scored the game, it wasn't like Minnesota's offense put 48 up. But with Browning, with Cincinnati now 1-2, their offensive line isn't very good, nor is their defensive line. Denver, I'm looking for a bounce back game. Then Tennessee, I'm about to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
Denver is playing at home in high altitude.
Oh.
Cincinnati has to travel from a lower altitude.
That's interesting.
Yes. So I know I'm giving 7.5 points, but I think this should be a comfortable 2-touchdown win for Denver. I'll take the Broncos and give the 7.5.
Spread swing.
Well, I think the Bears had their Super Bowl early Super Bowl win last week. They acted like it. They played well at home. They got their first win, but now they're traveling to Vegas. Vegas is not a great team, but they're only 1-point favorites, and they're playing at home. I don't think Chicago's going to be able to piece together another top-notch win. I think Las Vegas will find a way. It's not a real glamorous game. I know that, but I think Vegas. I like the 1 point, and then obviously trying to get as many points as possible. I see this as a 10-point win, that type of a thing. So I'll go with the Vegas Knights. I mean the Vegas Raiders. I mean the
Vegas baby. Vegas baby.
Huh.
So
I'll go kind of an off the chart.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I'll go with Vegas over the Bears.
I think you're going to lose that one.
I might, but
Spread swing.
I think you're going to lose that. Bears will win that game out. I should have taken the Bears.
You guys aware there's a game in Dublin on Sunday?
Ooh.
Heard that.
Master Control Supervisor.
Time for the homer pick.
Yeah.
I almost took them.
I like the Vikings -2 in this one over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh has actually played one of the softest schedules in all of football. I realize they're 2-1, but they barely got by the New York Jets. They didn't handle Seattle at home. Seattle's a fine team. And then last week, they did beat New England by 7. They forced 5 turnovers in that one and still beat a bad team by only 7 points in that one. I just don't think Pittsburgh is that good. The Vikings O-line, finally healthy. We saw that with Darrisaw last week. It looks like Ryan Kelly's coming back this week. So other than their left guard, mostly healthy on the offensive line. They get Jordan Addison back. I think the Vikings offense is going to be as explosive as we've seen them. And I saw one of those analytical stats that basically Pittsburgh's defensive coordinator, they never change their defenses. It's basically like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to do this the best we can. But they're predictable on defense, whereas we know with B-Flow, he's not predictable. He's going to have some things up his sleeve for A-Raj.
Well, the one thing that he is predictable about is his defense is aggressive without being reckless.
Correct. I'm taking the Vikings -2.
Yeah, I like your pick a lot. I should have taken him, but,
I'm shocked you didn't, to be honest with you.
I am too.
I'm disappointed, actually.
I'm disappointed,
My
Mike.
biggest Karn would be as well. And I'll tell you what, your guy, Kevin Warren, if word gets back to him, you picked against his Bears
Right.
club. There goes
Right.
Karn's job with the Bears.
Well,
You've made a lot of mistakes.
I mean, that's a triple header of mistakes.
You're in some trouble now.
I know. Oh, well, I'll have to live with it.
That's it for Spread Swing.
There we go. Deuce, what else you got? Anything? Yeah, by the way, fine job doing the blow-by-blow up in Hinckley with Caleb Truex. Once again, I'm relegated to the sideline.
Yeah, how about that?
I got nothing to say. As Deuce he's like Jim Lampley calling the fights. He had Truex. He did 4 matches this time inside the confines of the 4 ring. The ring announcing, and then we do the blow-by-blow on BXNG.
Wow.
But nice work, Deuce.
Yeah, and I find it funny. You're getting ready to turn over the reins, even on that night. One of the fights that you were supposed to get up in the ring for and announce the scorecards, you looked at me and you went, "Isn't this your fight? Get in there. What are you doing?" And I said, Nope, that's you. So you're already preparing to turn over the reins. I might imagine
Amazing.
that something similar to that would be like letting Tennessee take over a segment as you wander around the halls of the iHeartMedia.
Well, that's never been done. That would never happen here at KFAN.
Nobody would ever do that.
No host would ever wander off and then have the producer have to take the reins. Bruce, I won't. I will not be watching Seattle, Arizona tonight. I'll be watching and listening to you do your 2 soccer games on GameTimeMN.com. Good luck. Drive carefully. I'll see you when you get home.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me.
Take care, Deuce.
Yeah, there you go. That's Deuce on the Connecticut Water Systems hotline. At Spread Swing, short break, come back. More with the legendary Mark Rose and Tennessee in Common right here on The Fan.